If you put what we're about to show you in a movie, I doubt anybody would believe it. But for 15 months, this is true, for 15 months, a Japanese comic named Nasubi lived in a room without food or clothing, surviving just on the prizes he won from magazine sweepstakes. Now, he knew he was being filmed for a game show, but what he didn't know was he was being broadcast on Japanese television a lot more than he'd expected. And it may sound to you like The Truman Show or EdTV. Well, ABC's computer editor, Gina Smith, says it's all part of a new phenomenon, which is called webcam.
An entire human life recorded on an intricate network of hidden cameras and broadcast live and unedited 24 hours a day.
It's art imitating life.
Brush your teeth.
Or is that life imitating art?
Maybe you wanted, like...
People really like to be entertained by other people.
They can watch us eat breakfast, get up in the morning, drink our coffee, fix tea.
Human beings are the most interesting other creatures on the planet.
Like the characters in EdTV or The Truman Show, Eric, Travis, and Jenny aren't celebrities, but they play them in the media. They're just 3 of thousands of people worldwide who've installed a so-called web camera in their home or workplace, and they broadcast whatever goes on inside to anyone who cares to watch on the internet.
It's basically just a communication tool. As long as you have the hardware, it's just kind of, it's irresistible to just think, maybe I should do that.
The first webcam went up about 8 years ago. It was a live 24-hour camera focused on a Coke machine in Oxford, England. Then came a camera focused on a fish tank in California, and now there are webcams looking at just about everything.
Here's a live image of some kids watching TV in a dorm room in Sweden. Here's an apartment in Houston, a corporate kitchen in California, a diner in New Jersey, even an ashtray in Boston. There are traffic cams and surf condition cams, and then there's Jenny.
Sometimes my site will contain nudity, sometimes it will contain sexual content, but that's because real life sometimes contains nudity and sexual content.
Wes DeNiro is one of an estimated 500,000 Jenny watchers on the World Wide Web. They watch her eat, they watch her sleep, hang out, you name it. But the question is why?
It's random. You never know what you're going to get. Maybe that's why it's neat.
San Antonio, Texas high school senior Travis Crow's webcam is a bit more conservative.
Your mom said that the only requirement she had was that you keep things clean.
Generally, yeah, I try to keep things, you know, PG-13.
There was one exception.
This was after they canceled Sifl Olly on MTV. I wasn't too happy about that.
MIT sociologist Sherry Turkle says the webcam phenomenon is somewhat troubling.
As a culture, we're so caught up in media that sense of always watching or always being watched is becoming second nature, almost an expectation. I think that is something that is disturbing.
That doesn't seem to bother Eric Cyprian and his family in Oregon.
I don't walk naked to the kitchen anymore, though, when I go to get my coffee in the morning.
She'd better not. The cameras are everywhere.
We have a TV cam, which watches whatever we're watching.
As many as 3,000 people check in every hour to see the family, and not always at the most opportune moments.
The most embarrassing moment, I guess, was being on camera, being caught picking my nose. So, and having someone email it to me and say that they were watching while I was picking my nose, and here's a picture of it.
Gina Smith back to show us some of the hardware and all this in a moment. Back with Gina Smith. Show me some of these webcams that are on the market.
All right, now if you don't want to broadcast your whole life on the internet, but you just want to keep in touch with friends, this is cool. From Intel, it's called the Create and Share system. It's $150, includes a little camera. You can see you on the screen.
And so's Emerald Lagasse.
Emerald Lagasse's waiting.
Hi, Emerald.
Includes some software. Will work on most new computers. Now, if you want to talk to somebody who doesn't have a computer, they can get one of these things. It is the Via Voice from 8x8. It's Via TV, rather, from 8x8. It's really cool. $6.99. It's so easy. You just actually plug this into the wall to set it up. And, of course, if you're a big business with the big bucks, this is a really nice system. It's the Sony DMS. It costs a couple grand, though.
For teleconferencing, that kind of thing.
Teleconferencing, really, really high-quality video, not the consumer stuff we're showing here.
This is fascinating stuff. Way ahead of me. Gina Smith, thanks very much.
Nice to see you, Charlie.
We'll be right back.